RootCon 2022. You know, what's the story? What's the what, the why, the how, and what, you know, what can the people expect? You know, from RootCon, and then like this is the first one. So where do you want to take it? You know, like what's the next? Like what's the vision for it?
Man, absolutely. So this has been a dream come true, honestly. Like since well before 2019, like it's been a culmination of where we want to transition the brand.
Yeah.
But also like taking a lot of what Travis has been working with, like
Yeah.
in terms of media ecology and ways that we could really build community using language to connect with people and like better access like like our recreational environments. It's like it's cool we can practice self-care and have our personal environments be like well taken care of, but like when we go outside now, we at the Moxie, we interacting with people, like how are we able to communicate what we need, what I'm saying, or
Yeah.
ways that we could also help somebody else. So with all of that in mind, it's just like finding a way to bring a community together, share experiences, figure out the best way to create success from those experiences or build with other people. So when we talk about RootCon, it's just like, in our way, it's our way of like kicking that off. Now, we want to start it off with, in terms of what to expect, we want to kick things off with like a keynote address, and we want to have different workshops from people in the community that have either started businesses, or, they're full-time musicians, full-time artists, because in the spaces that we're in, we work with a lot of folks that are working a job, but also they really want to be that independent artist. They really want to be that full-time entrepreneur that doesn't have to clock into the 9 to 5. So I want to bring people into this conference that can share information, real life information about what that'll take, you know what I'm saying, and what that looks like in reality. Or, what that looks like balancing both. I got the 9 to 5, but I'm also running this business. So what kind of mental capacity do I need to be successful in this space?
Sure.
Because not everybody can be that full-time artist. And we are in a day and age of multiple revenue streams.
Yep.
So you can't just be that poet. You can't just be that rapper. You can't just be that singer. You got to know how to run a TikTok page, or you got to at least know how to hop on Canva and make a little design real quick to promote what you got coming up. Or low key, you need to be an event planner so you can set up your release and do some merch stuff. Like it's a lot of other avenues that you need to supplement your career, where you may not always be able to hire somebody real quick and do that. You need to learn how to do that skill yourself. If that's hop on the computer and do things like that. So when we talk about the Root Conference, it's a little bit of that, like really letting people tap into that story. And the theme for the conference is staying rooted in the digital age, because like things are moving fast, times are moving fast. It's a lot of technology that's being introduced to us. So we need to understand how to manage that, how that could work for our career, how that could work for our personal lives. And when we talk about the future of RootCon, it's just more of that. Like we want to, survey the community, identify problems, obstacles that people are running into, and then that RootCon is that place where we problem solve, where we find those solutions, where we hash out those conversations about what it'll take to get from being I don't know, whatever the issue of that time is. Like, I'm speaking down the road. So like if we're in a space where like now NFTs are the thing, like you gotta have an NFT. And for some reason, with all the information available to us, people aren't still tapped in. If it's a requirement, then like RootCon will address it at some point. You know what I'm saying? It's just like not just NFTs, but like anything that's created in the world that's necessary for an artist or an entrepreneur to know. Like we want to be able to provide value in that space or bring people in that could. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. No, that's dope, bro. That's dope. I love that, like that whole vision, because it's like, when I think about that, it's like, all right, if only like we knew as like young creatives like what it actually took to like build our own platform, in a way, like the nitty gritty of it. You know what I mean? Of like, oh, I got to figure out how to pay these bills, or I'm gonna be on couches and doing this and doing that like for X amount of time, which is cool too. But some people don't want that aspect of it, and some people want to have like be able to have like two things going on. So it's like I always say like two things can be true, And the other piece to that is like being able to build enough like experience, right? Like you said, you might have to be an event planner, you might have to be a designer, you might have to be this or do that. Where it's like, yo, I can do enough of this stuff, and then eventually I'll have a big enough portfolio, or I might have a big enough like resume, right? I'll have enough things on my resume that are tangible that I can step into one of these bigger corporations or these companies and say, hey, I can bring X, Y, or Z value to you, and you should pay me X, whatever, right? As a contractor, you can get you a job if you want to, like whatever the case may be. I think that's really valuable and really important for like especially like young creators coming up, now, I think they understand that, and we don't necessarily need jobs with like the internet and like all these different things or whatever. But it's like just knowing what your options are, and knowing how you can go about different things. So that's dope, man. That's fire. I'm excited, dog. I'm excited for what else is to come, bro. I'm excited for the conference, and it's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be a good turnout for sure. So
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you sitting here having a conversation with me for
bro.
sure.
Yeah,
You know what
this
I
is
mean?
awesome.
And we'll keep it rocking, bro. So.
Can you believe that? Can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi?